this video, we are going to show you how to make a flourless almond cake called Raspberry Capri. Here we are making the Raspberry Capri cake. I have our oven preheated to 325 degrees, our butter hot, melted, and waiting on our bain-marie, our prepped cake pan lined with parchment paper, ground almonds, sugar, egg whites with vanilla, egg yolks with grated lemon zest, and bitter almond extract. Now it's time to start whipping our egg whites. The egg whites with our vanilla go in the bowl, and we're going to start whipping on medium speed. On high speed. Okay, so we got our eggs frothy, and now I'm going to lower the speed to medium, and we're going to add in the sugar. And then up the speed to high again. Okay, as you can see, our eggs have gotten firm and shiny. Let me show you this here. Okay, it's soft but firm. We don't want it stiffer than this. What we're going to do now is get our egg yolks mixed in. Then we're going to stop the machine, add our almonds, and then mix in the butter. And once we get them mixed in until they're just streaky, we're going to stop the machine and add the ground almonds. I'm going to turn the machine down to low. And here we go. Okay. You can see it's not fully incorporated. I have some unincorporated egg white. We have some egg yolk streaky around the sides. It's all good. Now we're going to add our ground almonds. We've got the ground almonds in the bowl. Our last step is to mix in the melted butter. And we're not going to do it one after the other. We're going to do it at the same time. Don't add it so fast that it just runs through the bottom of the bowl. We want the machine to mix it in. But we're not going to lollygag about it either. Let the machine give it a few turns to really get it mixed in. And off with the machine. We're going to get our bowl off the machine. And we're just going to check our batter. You can see there are some almonds loose around the edges here. I'm just going to fold them in. I'm checking the bottom for any unincorporated egg yolk or butter. It looks good. Look how soft this is. This is good. You want a nice soft consistency like that. That's what you get from having very warm butter. If the butter's not warm enough, when it hits the cold eggs, it starts to solidify. And you have a lower volume, I think, with the cake. I'm just going to scrape this all in. Now look at this. Look how easily the cake is leveling itself. If our butter hadn't been so hot, this would be very chunky, and I would want to use my spatula here to level it, but this is perfect. I'm just going to put that in a preheated oven with a central rack, and we're going to bake that until it's golden. This is our cake just out of the oven, and it is beautiful. Look at this perfect golden color. When I touch it, it's firm to the touch. We're going to let this cool completely, then I'm going to wrap it and refrigerate it overnight. What we're looking for is a jam that has a beautiful raspberry flavor with a sweet tart taste to it. Sometimes even a valued brand of jam will come out with a batch that's just too sweet. When that happens, the best way I have found to adjust it is with a little bit of citric acid. For a jar of this size, really all you usually need is about 1/8 of a teaspoon. And I just would sprinkle that on top like this. And stir it in and really give it a good mix. Mix like that for about another minute and you're good to go. So this is our flourless almond cake for the raspberry Capri. We refrigerated this overnight, and now I'm just going to depan it and get all the paper off. Now, normally my favorite way to do the next step would be putting the cake on this cardboard cake circle, but since many of you are not going to have that, we're going to do it on a plate instead. And at this point, because it's so cool and firm, it's very easy to handle. I'm just going to put it down on the table. All right. And off with the bottom, onto our plate. Off with the paper. And we're ready for our next step. So we just put our jam on top. We're just going to spread it down from the top and all over the sides, like this. Okay, just keep rotating and spreading. And I'm just going to continue like this until the entire cake is coated in jam. So this is our raspberry jam covered cake. And really the easiest way to work with this next step is by having your cake supported by a cardboard circle. So now here is our cake. And this is about 1.5 cups of ground almonds. I'm just going to take a handful at a time and press it into the sides of the cake, turning as I go. We're going to do that all the way around, and then I'm going to sprinkle the top over like this. I'm going to check the sides here for any blank spots or thin areas. And really at this point, just make it look as nice as you like. So this is the raspberry Capri cake. It is just gently moist to the touch. It feels very firm in texture. I'm just going to give it a little taste here. The first thing you hit is that raspberry jam with that beautiful raspberry flavor. It's almondy, it's moist. At first it feels kind of firm in texture, but it immediately gives away to this buttery tenderness. And that's raspberry Capri.